let's talk about my thoughts and plans for continuing here. We've got this line of forces. Because of fog of war, we sort of know they're there, but we don't know how strong they are. They appear to be getting their supplies, coming down this railway through to here. Okay, so forces out here are not going to be very well supplied. We'll be facing some of the same difficulties as well, which faced very much, and I'll probably be talking about a bit later in the stream here. But also we're going to be facing them. Now, we have control of some railways here. We can click here. This is our one. Let's see. What is this? Is a railway repair unit. I know that. Okay, just Rail Pioneer Construction Battalion. Okay, I was wondering if it was specifically the RAD, the Reich Arbeitsdienst, or somebody else. I don't know. We have this under our direct control. We have another one up here that's under AI control that is repairing this part of the railway. And so this is there is an undo. No, that isn't it. There you go. Misclick. Okay, click on. Too many different games, play too often, which one it is to unselect, unmove, blah, blah, blah. I keep hitting the wrong keys periodically. Okay. I'm thinking about, we're going to be playing here, but the statements I want to make are, be very careful about it. This is the high watermark, if you will, of Germany in World War II. You have the torch landings. They're around this time. I don't remember exactly. The Second Battle of El Alamein and all of that. And you're pushing into the Caucasus and pushing into Stalingrad. Because it seems to me that the Soviet Union is not going to collapse even if the Stalingrad and the full Caucasus campaign is successful. Outside, you're probably not hearing this. Okay. Big truck moving by. I don't believe the Soviet Union is going to collapse. So I believe the war is lost for Germany by this point. Hello, Bearcat 1989. And hello to you back. So, but that being said, things could happen. But the combination of losing this campaign of this is the southern part, again, reference right there is Stalingrad. So the Stalingrad part is happening to the north of us. This is Army Group A under command of Field Marshal List's push into the south is what we are functionally dealing with. This is our part of the war right now. And because of the failure of this campaign and the failure coming up in North Africa, they only too late create Panzer Armee Africa out of what had been Africa Corps. So it's moving from a corps to an army, multiple corps, meaning that's sort of the difference. Had they sent the forces well enough before and I don't know that you could supply all of the forces, but had you sent enough of the forces, not just like moments before the Battle of El Alamein, the first and second battles, but had you sent them in the campaign leading up to it, that they later commit once the Americans get involved in the war in, North Africa. Had they sent those forces earlier on, I think they could have taken Egypt. But it becomes too late at that point. So we're looking at this one part. So if we can successfully pull this off, the theory is, hey, Nazi Germany, we have fuel, other resources, radically shut down the size of the front, because instead of having all of this part to hold here, we know sort of today with the Kretsch Bridge Strait, but this was still a strait. Here, you got to still hold down here because of naval landings, and Soviet Union eventually does naval landings there. You've got to hold all along this front here. But if you could shorten the front by taking the sort of Stalingrad region here and taking this railway, and here's Astrakhan, the front is now here. All this down here just is occupied territory. Partisans, other problems, I'm sure, but not a front to be, greatly contested. Okay, so we're going to move down here. I think we would see what was in there. Okay, we can get into there. Okay, great. We've already made it to here. This is about the high water mark, because I did look at a map of the German movement in here. And this is, of course, the Romanian cavalry that we are moving down to here. Okay, well, so they have what, 86 in defense. If we select both of these fortresses, we can see it's 11 to 86. So that is, hello, Julia, I guess. How you doing? So I don't know that I want to bash my head into this fortified position here. So let's unselect the mountain first. Now that we have this side of the railway here within the... Oh, do we? Oh, I keep doing that. Okay, undo. It doesn't let me undo that. Isn't it? Oh, no. Oh, bloody hell. I keep doing that wrong. Giving me one undo or something per turn. I don't know. Oh, so early in this, I'm going to. Sorry about that. I keep. Okay, let's exit scenario. We just picked this up, so I'm gonna reload it again. So that was clearly a misclick. Yeah, that's one loading. Okay, good thing I'm doing this early on, right? Okay, these guys we move down here. Not trying to change the outcome, just trying not to mess up so badly. Okay, so we're down here near my cup, which is also the sort of furthest extent that they got down to there. Now, we have fair amount of the railways here, which now, like I say, they're still, we can see here, these are still not usable. We're gonna move along the path here with this, trying as much as possible to get the railways functional. There we go, so just down to here. But at least we have a supply link down into this far, which was, as List talks about, or complaint, the campaign stalls out. We're down to there. Don't think these cavalry are going to do much in the way of operating down into there. So let's move him there. Fixing the infantry division, or the infantry corps headquarters. You're close enough. Maybe I should just come straight down. Yeah, I should just come straight down there. But cut these guys off from supply. Okay, now we are running into this is the Slovak motorized forces. So these are our weak forces here. Now I do want to keep pushing this way here. Game options. That's not what I want. Okay, preferences here. Noticing it's getting pretty bad. Here we go. Hopefully that's a little better. Really strong, it appears. So let's use our mobility. Attack. It's not going to let me do it. It's them that is. Okay, well. I'm going to let it be isolated here and push over here to the east then. I'm trying to use my mobility here when and where I can to get deep. We got this one panzer division that's spread out in brigades. That's the way it started. Don't know that I like it that way terribly much. I am worried about getting a little too far out. Talking about. Prepared attack. And that's a lot stronger. Guessed it was. By that, it's a big stack. Okay. We need to keep. I need to keep a better idea of where my HQs are. Keep them up. Near the front. Yeah, we need to move them up. Okay. He just has 2 cores under him. His let's move. This way. Now he is directly under the, because he just recently arrived, under the army area HQ. But let's see, we want the LII core. So we want to click here, and there we go. So now we have, and keeping the HQ up. So he's protected from the cavalry if they decided to do anything rash, like attack. Oh, naval infantry there, it looks like. Okay. Any of these? Okay, that looks particularly weak, so let's try get routed. They probably had been routed before. This is a full division, so it's much stronger. We're gonna come up, and there's even more here. Okay. Disrupt these guys even more, without hopefully disrupting ourselves too much. Hello, Grim Harbinger. 52nd, if you, I gotta sort of calculate it because L is 5, and I keep forgetting which side is add and take away the 2, whether that was supposed to be 48 or 52. But thank you, Grim Harbinger. I'm get a bit shaky on some Roman numerals. Your corps or your divisions are right around here. One division is broken up into regiment. Everybody in command radius. Hello, Hannibal. No significant first, else it subtracts. Okay. Okay, and you mean significant as in the larger number? Yes, right. Okay, so yes, so yeah, IV would be 4, VI would be 6. Yeah. Yep. Thank you. Now, hope I'm not getting too far out of supplies, but we'll see how this goes. Up to here. I'm very tempted to try to get the division back together. Why they stayed back there for some reason, I don't, or maybe they're newly arrived. I don't. Yeah, that's it. They were newly arrived last turn. This is Bergman Ost Mountain Regiment. I'm just seeing if there's any forces that have arrived that I need to. These are playing theater commanders. Oberkommander, or Oberkommando, Luftwaffe and Oberkommando. There's. I don't know exactly why they put them there, but okay. To get our sort of theater commanders. Yeah, security unit there protecting that. I think all of these forces are still locked in place. Yes, I think once I get some of this captured here, occupied, whatever you want to call it, some of this will free up. So, taking some risks. Pushing hard. Seeing what we can do. All right. Well, let's do AI depot management. I've actually remembered to do it instead of having it remind me. Which should help with the supply situation. So we have a good railway down to here. This is fixing this rail line, and then it'll go on and fix them up wherever the AI wants to. So let's end this turn. Bringing in some supplies. Yes, thanks for following. Little Big Mark, how you doing? So it's paused for some reason. Okay, it's moving ahead. Oh, that's me to pause it, yeah, but I'm going to push the enemy. These turns take a while, but I do find this game very fun. Still working slowly, slowly. Just try to be more patient than I am. And it's not that I'm so impatient for playing the game, I just want to keep the stream flowing. Okay, so friendly losses 5 artillery pieces, 3 tanks, 2 aircraft, 2,705 men. So, yeah, reasonably good. Okay, so we can take a look here. They've got, it looks like, rails repaired to there. Getting ready to push down. I'm going to try to push straight, sort of envelop, push south around this, as opposed to pushing out into the emptiness there. Okay, they were at 80 some strength, now they're at 60 some, I think it was 88 defensive. Okay, we need to automate, or let the AI do the execute air directives. You can go in and set, either pause air operations or set to attack air bases in certain air groups into certain regions, or other sorts of missions, and you can specify altitudes and whatnot. For multiple sakes, I'm just leaving that up to the AI. Okay, I figured there was, okay, there's a 37, right, okay, well, I'm not terribly surprised. I would have been surprised. Okay, we've captured the garrison there, or the supply depot there. Let's take care of this chore here. We can see here again. Oh, for some reason I didn't repair that railroad. Oh boy, I don't know, because it had been up there. But at least we have rail down to here, so functional. Okay, so that's a little further railway supply into here. It's happened. Now, if you remember last turn, we had a motorized army division here. Now, this is okay, von Mackensen here. We had some forces, and I knew it was coming, that some motorized forces that were withdrawn to go fight in and around Stalingrad area. So we've lost some of our forces, and I think it was the wrong move. Now, you could say, gamer, it's hindsight. You know, Stalingrad is going to be a loss, so, you know, don't just, you know, throw in good units into there. Yeah, but I think I could have made the same call at the time, because what they're withdrawing are motorized and armored forces to deal with Stalingrad, which to me, even as a kid, it's an infantryman's battle. There were a battle or two as they were moving across. There was some motorized and panzer forces moving up here, but it's one that you don't need to race into like you're trying to push on the Caucasus. The real issue is many of the units of the Sixth Army were mauled at that point. Yes, but I would rather lose a couple of infantry divisions than lose motorized divisions. So now we have this. Okay, 10-3. Yeah, okay, they're within command radius of the HQ, so deliberate attack, they'll get some support. And they surrendered. Very good. Okay. But that took up all of our movement this turn. HQ, keep getting command radius there. But there was nothing else close, hence why they took them from you. Yeah, oh, I understand. I understand. I mean, the whole operation is ill-conceived. You got to the point that you're stretching the German army a little too thin. You you know, I am not an order of battle expert on the German army at any one place in time, and definitely not at, you know, right now. But you're looking at a campaign that you're giving up the Army Group North and Army Group Center's offensive for this year. So, and I very much get, I don't know if you guys, probably you do know of TIK, the YouTuber who does very good job with history. Not that I agree with him or everything is always correct. That isn't the point. He just does a very good job at explaining what he thinks and is well researched on this topic. And he's quite, I believe he's quite right, is the logistics lift capability for the controlled railroads and controlled roads. That simply throwing in more forces, and motorized forces would be even more of a problem, but more forces into this specific campaign would not have helped because of logistics issues. But you have down here a different logistics pathway, including through the sea. That would, another thing to think of is there's 3 major battles going on at the same time in as fall blue. Yeah, but I would have either, this is sort of an either or kind of state. Either you concentrate your motorized forces and you come across here and you come across this way, and cut the railway here. Well, cut the railway here, this sort of to here. Cut the river here because the river is a major source of transport. And you can come down here and cut here, because once and especially if you want to try to cut across here, do that, and then you've isolated everything down here. And then after doing that rapidly with motorized forces, leaving this part of the campaign to not be much of anything. Then shift in your infantry forces here to mop up, because it would be a mopping up exercise at that point, because they wouldn't be able to constantly flow in reinforcements and supplies and all of that. And so not necessarily, a huge force coming in here, but a motorized force, and not to worry about battles in Stalingrad. But the idea is to cut the rail lines and the river lines as supply. And once you do that, you've cut off the main source of Soviet oil coming up here, because yes, you do have a bit of a port here, and yes, there is some shipping. I don't know how much oil the Soviets are going to be able to pull out of Baku and whatnot down here, but you've cut the pipeline, you've cut everything here, and then you take those motorized forces, instead of like trying to plunge deep into the Soviet Union, is then while the infantry is filling the gap, as it were, and then you push the motorized forces there, or you slow walk the campaign of infantry forces across here, and you concentrate your motorized forces down here to rush to gather up the territory. So it's sort of, you need to focus more, and that's the lack of focus in this campaign is where I find the problem. Okay, let's move you up here. Hopefully we can attack with you. Deliberate, yeah, okay, that should take this. No, you're not letting me deliberate attack. Okay, not enough action points. Okay, they retreated. Again, yeah. What we're going to do here is come over here. Oh boy, what is this, an NKVD type unit or something? I don't know. Probably doing badly for supply reasons. These guys can go and try to hold my northern flank, which I am a little worried about. Keep up. Keep in support. Just that. That's the real issue. They did not focus. Yes. Yes. And I don't know whose fault it is, because I know Hitler is more and more, as time goes on, is meddling. In fact, he temporarily, I don't know whether it's at the Wolf's Lair or wherever, but temporarily he takes over command of Army Group A. And then eventually he fires List eventually, because List requests a lot more supplies and whatnot to be sent down to him. Jodl agrees, at least in his presence he agrees. Hitler throws a fit when he finds out. that, you know, List is not going to be pushing forward without more supplies, basically. And so he throws a fit, so he takes over temporarily and then turns it over to von Kleist to command the forces here. I think both List and von Kleist are much more competent commanders than Hitler or the, you know, the high command sitting back wherever they were. So yeah, I have a very low opinion of Yodel. Basically a yes man is how I view him. Okay, so I do sort of want to bring these armored divisions together at some point. Okay, deliberate attack. Very good. All of them, I just want these two. Can we do a deliberate? No. Scattered, that's what I want to see. Okay, so we have these guys somewhat cut off, at least not doing too well. We're moving up these brigades to sort of keep in contact with the enemy. Just keep in contact. And as I see about pushing down south here, take that, and I want to move this way. And yes, I figured we would find something here, and much more than we can effectively deal with, but it's mostly just to put pressure on the enemy here. Put some pressure, keep them off balance. Moving the security forces up. I know I do have a partisan risk to some degree. Don't know how bad it is just yet. Just decisions to be made. Okay, head for... Was my cup empty? Wow, my cup's empty. I didn't expect that. Well, that's good news. Yeah, it was moving very slowly down there to hopefully not like bump into somebody. Okay, we're gonna take that just to be a little more secure with fly lines. Yeah, I want to be close enough to that unit, and yeah, come down here because these guys are very weak. We're mostly just doing the, hey, we're pushing faster, harder than they can react. Yeah, Little heavy on it. Okay, well, I want to use my mobility. Keep moving around. We got infantry and mountain divisions to come in and take the time to take those instead of trying to just bash our heads into it. Any other forces I'm supposed to get unlocked yet? No, these guys are all still frozen in place. And we will be getting reinforcements over time. I don't remember what the reinforcement schedule is, but it does happen, as well as withdrawing some of my forces that I needed at a critical time to have success. Oh, no. Yes. I remembered last time, didn't remember this time. Keep doing that. And if you want to dig into the game, I really love the idea that this game is layered. I can, sort of go, I'm not saying the AI is doing a good or a bad job running the Air Force or the depots, but do I really want to play logistics? No, I don't. If I really thought the AI was really bad, and if I as the human was running the logistics and could make that a success, yeah, I would do it if that was the determining factor of success or failure. Because we know logistics is super important. I'm not saying it isn't, and that's why it's in the game here. I'm just saying how good or bad is the AI in handling it. If the AI is competent, then I'd rather just let the AI do it. Similarly with the Air Force. And I sort of believe that it's competent with what it has. So, what year month are we? We are in August 22nd, 1942. Hello, Moradin. How you doing? Yeah, I want to play versus someone because it will be a bunch more challenging. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Playing against opponents are good. This is a play by email game, I believe, not a because there is the play by email option. No, I haven't tried it with any multiplayer, so it isn't strictly a a multiplayer game. As you play your turn, I mean, you can either do it. Okay, but I'm also explaining to other people as well, Grim Harbinger, because not everybody's played or owns the game. So if you know somebody or through the forum hook up with people that to play it, you don't even have to be playing at the same time. Meaning you can play a turn, email it to the other person, and sometime whether it's the next 24 hours or whatever. The thing is, they play their turn, send it back to you, so you don't even have to be on the same time clock. So you don't have to like we're a lot of multiplayer games. You got to be there at the same time and playing it. So yeah, it is quite capable of doing that. So you can dig into the game as detailed as you want. And okay, so again, bringing up the time, we are near. I mean, they were pushing on to Grozny. They didn't get Grozny. They did get Maikop. We've got Maikop. It was sort of down here was sort of the high water mark along the coast here. So we're doing sort of successfully as it was, but not, I don't think, the same operational unit as it. Hello, Captain Forbakis. I did that way, fun stuff, yeah. Lost badly. Well, I probably would too. I'm in no way saying I'm like the expert on playing this game. What I'm reasonably good at is playing okay, I think, and talking about history and entertaining you folks. And showing off the game to people who haven't seen it, so at least they understand the basics of it. And I know I've said this before, I like games where you're playing the whole theater or the whole war, like Strategic Command, War in Europe or whatever, or War Plan. I love those where you can you know, set the total priorities. But I also like the idea of the challenge of, well, this is what this army group commander had at his disposal, and that's all you got. And you're playing from his historical perspective for the campaign or the battle. And I like that as well. So I like both types. Yeah, is even more crazy than, yeah, War in the Pacific. Yeah, oh yeah, War in the Pacific. I've not played. I've watched some of War in the Pacific. And it looks very good. But I haven't played it, and I not either played War in the West. And my understanding, this is just an evolution as much as anything else from War in the West and War in the Pacific. The improvements, plus more improvements, back to War in the East. And hello, TARDIS Mechanic. How you doing? Glad to have you here. If you want to play against another person, you have to plan a lot of time before finishing the game. I had a game on the Pacific War, Monster Game 2, that lasted 5 years, and the guy, we were doing one turn a week. Oh yeah, no, they can be that way. They definitely can be that way. And it's because I'm jumping around between so many games. I have not, I'll just be straight up to, I've not played the grand campaign of War in the East 2. I played a lot of these, you know, scenarios. Some have gone very well, some have not. You know, some I failed at. So it's, and some have done reasonably well. So we've gotten a few more cavalry forces have showed up here. Another railway engineering force. Okay, we lost 4 tanks, 34 artillery pieces, 2,600 men and 2 aircraft. Okay, last turn. Right, they're falling back, and that's sort of, you know, as much as I can defeat, push back, keep off balance is what I want to do here. Looks like they've withdrawn from there. Good. Okay. Oh, I'm still in the airfield. I keep forgetting that I need to do this. Execute air directives, yeah. Inbox, there's a wonderful, yes, I'm sure. Still not very good. Not very good indeed. But we'll come back to that. Okay, so now, oh, good, here. So now we've captured enough down here, and we can move across the straits. These guys are particularly weak, but they're good for rapid movement. We know they're controlling down there. So let's yep. Across. Okay. Your HQ is here. Romanian Army Corps. Okay, well we have, oh, these are Romanian mountain troops. Well, no, these are German. Yeah, okay, this is a German infantry division here. All right. Sometimes I like to sort of shy away from those hard decisions and see how the rest of the front is doing. Okay. Here. I think this is the important thing to do. The important, as opposed to push down here with it, I think trying to get my supply out this way is where I want to focus it. Okay, we can't repair anymore, so we're repairing slowly, but we're repairing to bring supply down through here. Yeah, turning the flank is... What? See about that. That anyways. Just try to crush it. Well, it retreated, damn. I wanted to crush it with that. Oh. Oh. Crush it at least now. The light infantry, the Jaegers. Oh, that's why it was pretty good. Yeah, their Naval Infantry Brigade. Yep, just put the pressure on the enemy. Keep the pressure up. That up there. Let's move. Okay, is there a recombine command somewhere? No, I don't know keyboard shortcuts. Statistics, trying to see if I can. Okay, build up. There we are. There we go. There we go. Now we got the armored division back as a division, which is what I wanted. There we go. Seems rather cozy if you're not the guys being shot at. Yes, absolutely. You know, war is best fought in a study, in a very comfortable armchair, sitting next to a fireplace. Whether you're fighting that war while reading a book, or you're fighting the war while watching a movie, or you're fighting the war while sitting across the war games table, or fighting the war sitting on a computer where they're playing against the AI, or against an opponent on the other side of the world. That's the best way to fight a war. That's for sure. Not out in the mud and the snow with the blood and the actual dead people. Yeah, that's just, not so good. Like they say on Blackadder, don't worry, we'll be right behind you, 35 miles behind you. In fact, yes. I don't know that particular line, but I like some of the earlier Blackadder. Some people I know like the World War One stuff and whatnot. I mean, that's probably where that's coming from. But I like Blackadder. Good show. Baldric, yeah, he's the best. Now we have our division organized up. These guys, yeah, that is good. Yeah, that isn't the best. I'm sort of trying to do, hit them where they ain't kind of tactics. Shove my head into. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the army that they took everything away from. Or the core, I should say. We've got a core sitting there with nothing in it. Well, keep this mysterious line keeps showing up here, and I don't know what it's pointing at. All I can see is this, broken up infantry division down here. So I don't get that. Whether that's just some flaw or is there some unit that shows up there? I don't think so. But in real conflicts, you can't save the game. Absolutely. Yes, Blackadder. Yeah, it was very, very much. Mr. Bean is okay, but I really love Rowan Atkins, a Blackadder. That's my favorite of his work. So yeah. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to, at least for now, because I don't know if this core disappears or whatnot, we're going to send him down this way. Okay, and he's the 3rd Panzer Corps. Now, what do I want to do here? Being the all-conquering hero, that's what I want to do. Let's move this way. Now, okay, so yeah, we're going to use his mobility. I think this is probably better. I was thinking of, we still may use this core to command him. I don't know. But we're moving him all the way back, nearer to this HQ where he belongs. Just to sort of, yeah, I think it's Mount Elbrus is the, I'm just seeing here, recognizing, I think it's like the highest mountain in the Caucasus, and that's the one a bunch of German mountain troops go up, plant the flag, do the photos, and then split out, just to sort of like, yay, we've conquered it, kind of thing, for propaganda purposes. And propaganda is important in a war. But yeah, that's sort of what happens there. And that's sort of really at the edge of German expansion. that they make it into. So this is weak. Maybe they'll continue to lose supply. I don't know if they're getting flown in. Got this other division here. Maybe we can take that. Nice. Deliberate assault. Both of these. Okay, we could do that. Yeah. Okay, they're close enough. Just making sure I have the HQ in close enough proximity. Okay, I don't know that we're going to win, but oh goody, we did. I'm sure that's what they said. Oh goody, we won in World War II. Okay, and yes, there's more here. So just main HQs, good. You're not letting me move forward. Yes, not okay. Well, okay, at least we're pushing there. Again, I'm trying to, you know, wear down their supply. I'm sure my supply is going too, but now's the time to push. Right. Okay, well, we have this. They're all under Army Group Command. These Young Schutz Cossacks. So these are some Cossacks. Palto Cossack Regiment. Okay, cool. We got some Cossacks. I'm sure we could see about putting them into a Cossack division here with this, with the Schwinn Cossacks, but I figure we can try to get them out here, and with their mobility, try to hold the front line, as it were. Oh shit, I moved. Oh, I didn't realize I was selecting this. Okay, well, 17th Army, where do we want it? Not that, 17th Army. Well, great. Okay, we'll move you up to here. We also have units down to the south. Okay, whatever. Okay, well. First Panzer Army. Yeah. I don't quite know the command radius, but, well, we can move it down to here. We'll move, no, these guys into Rostov, the security troops. There's something else that has shown up. Okay, that's the repair, railway repair forces, or any other units that have movement or action points, however you want to call it. No. Okay, well. Okay, we want to do AI depot management, yes. And then we will